cheap phones are easy to find, but cheap good phones are very hard to find, especially cheap and good iPhones. However, there's an iPhone that was released in 2020 and it only costs $300 as of today. This is the iPhone 12, and let's look at why it is worth buying after more than 3 years of its release. Now first, let's talk about the build. It has aluminum sides, ceramic shield and a dual camera system. One thing I appreciate about this phone is its boxy design. Trust me, it is much easier and more comfortable to hold than those phones with rounded edges. This phone looks like any new iPhone from a distance. However, if you get closer, you will notice the KSI forehead sized notch and the vertical dual camera setup, as opposed to the smaller notch or dynamic island and a newer diagonal dual camera setup on newer iPhones. The most impressive hardware feature on this iPhone is the XDR OLED display, which was previously exclusive to the Pro iPhone. This new display is bold, bright and super vibrant, just like the Pros. The viewing experience is worth every penny, as text, images and other visuals are exceptionally crisp and you can't pick out pixels as you could on older iPhones. The screens on the iPhone 14 and 15 are not significantly better than the iPhone 12 screen. They are slightly brighter, but not by much. Since the iPhone 12 uses the XDR OLED display, Apple could make the bezels on the iPhone a lot thinner. The difference between the thickness of the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 12 bezels are noticeable, and therefore the screen is a significant factor in why the iPhone 12 remains a very good phone. Another reason to consider buying an iPhone 12 is its performance. The iPhone 12 performance remains solid after 3 years. If you compare an iPhone 15, which I borrowed from my friend, against the iPhone 12, you can see that the performance is pretty similar, with some minor differences here and there. The gaming experience is also very good. It doesn't lag in most of the games. The only issue with gaming on this phone is that it tends to get super hot. No, not like that. Anyways, the A14 processor is still doing a pretty good job. The iPhone 12 can be updated to iOS 17 and it will likely receive software support from Apple for another 4 to 5 years, which is another reason why it is worth buying this phone. Moreover, the iPhone 12 is a 5G phone, making the first time an iPhone has had this capability. This is a significant advantage if you live in areas with 5G coverage. However, the only problem with using 5G is that it tends to drain the battery, but we will come to that in a bit. Now let's shift our focus to the cameras. The iPhone 12 is a great picture and video taker, featuring a 12 megapixel wide-angle lens and another 12 megapixel normal main lens. It boasts impressive night mode capabilities, super sharp portrait pictures and the ability to shoot up to 4K at 60 FPS. Now let's compare the cameras on the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 12. For normal daylight shots there isn't much of a difference, but as we start to zoom in, the quality noticeably drops, and the iPhone 15 is better at taking pictures in the dark. And based on this clip, you can see that the optical image stabilization is better on the iPhone 15. Portrait mode is also excellent on both phones. It is slightly better on the iPhone 15 due to its newer chip. Other than that, if you can get cameras like these on a smartphone priced at $300, I would say it is definitely worth the money. Now over to the sad part about this iPhone: battery life. By making the iPhone 12 a bit smaller and more lightweight, Apple sacrificed battery life. You have probably seen many videos where tech YouTubers explain how bad the iPhone 12 battery is. Yes, it is true, but it heavily depends on how you use your phone. For me, the phone lasts a whole day without needing to recharge, and I use social media, the camera app, the browser, I play Clash Royale with my friends, and I don't use 5G because it drains so much battery. The newer iPhones have a clear advantage over the iPhone 12 in terms of battery life. With all of that said, if you want to save some money and still get a pretty good smartphone, the iPhone 12 is the option to go for. Thank you for watching, see you later.